Do you see what it says up here? When things don't go the way they should? The way we think they should. Thank you for that correction. When life doesn't go the way we think it should, or when things don't go the way we think it should. Anyone ever had that experience? Oh, good. Every day, every hour. Oh, oh, oh. And in that experience, we often feel disappointed, frustrated, anxious. And that's why we're playing with our service today. When things don't go the way we should, we think it should, where do we go inside of ourselves to respond? Some of you laughed. Some of you are irritated. Some of you are scratching your head. I came here for such and such, and it's not going to be that way. Thank you. So thank you for your flexibility. Thank you for your willingness. You're the brave ones, I can tell. And I have a message I really would like to share with you. Recently, I've been cleaning. I have had 5 weeks off, and I went through files and files and boxes and boxes. And I have a little file I've saved called Good Ideas. Now, one of those good ideas was an article from Catherine Ponder. Now, prosperity queen of the Unity movement and really universally known all over. It was an article in a New Thought magazine that I had taken out and saved for years and years and years. Now, I've shared before that I met Catherine Ponder several times, maybe 3 times. I shared with her when I was 24 years old, I think I want to be a Unity minister. She just said, well, dear, pray about it. Of course she did. And years later, she was there on the day I was ordained because one of my classmates was her editor, and she was she was there to support her friend. So over the years, Catherine Ponder's teachings have been one of my gold mines. In fact, I can say she changed my life. From my 20s, I began using affirmations and reading her little books. And those things got me through very challenging opportunities for growth, as we like to say. Now, in this article, she talks about the law of love, the divine power of love. Now, we're not talking romantic love here. We're talking about the presence of the one within us. The presence of the one within us. Not a God out there, not a God over there. A God, the presence of love right here. Now, you can call it light. You can call it Mohammed. You can call it Buddha. You can call it many things. It is the presence of love and light within us. Now, she says that she was in a challenging time in her life, and she was in the business world, and she had a business relationship with a company. And she'd worked with them for many years, and they had a very good relationship. And she had sent them a letter, and they didn't reply. So she sent another letter, and they didn't reply. So what do you think she did next? She sent another letter, and they didn't reply. Now she started to get, hand on her hip, irritated. Then she felt nervous. Maybe they don't want to work with me anymore. Then she felt agitated. Then she felt anxious. Can you go there with me? And she sent another no reply. One day, she opened a spiritual book, and there it was. Emmett Fox, Love Conquers Everything. Say it with me. Love conquers everything. And she realized that something had been leading her astray. And she felt a break inside of her, she said, a physical break, because she realized she was the stone standing in the way of those replies. Because she was upset. She was agitated. She was angry. She was blocking. Anyone ever experienced this? I know no one here. I'm the only one I know. So she was blocking what she was desiring. Let's say that. She was blocking what she was desiring. And we are culpable. We have done that. So what she decided to do was begin meditating on love conquers all. She began to think differently. Maybe they've had some problems. Maybe things aren't going well for them. 2 days later, here comes the reply. Of course it did. Of course it did. What shifted? They had in a letter of apology, so sorry, some of our equipment and some of our people have been out of town, and we're so sorry, and we value our relationship with you. And she worked with them for years. Now, there was a turning point there. If she would have stayed blocked, would that relationship continued? Maybe, maybe not. So I'm going to come down here for a minute, because I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to speak the truth. I'm teasing. However, it's a strong message. It is a strong path of life. Challenges come in to everyone. And how do we make a shift or a change that makes a difference? Now, you and I know the 12 powers. Unity's 12 powers. Most of you know Unity's 12 powers. And what is the power? This is my favorite, the power of love. But somehow we dismiss that. We don't realize that within us, the 12 powers is all about it's within us. The power of love is within us. Divine love. Divine love. So if you go away today with nothing else, please know the power of love is within you. And there is nothing more powerful than love. Nothing. Remember, what was the rock and roll song about? What's this thing called love? That was one of them anyway. I date myself there. And only all we need is love. That's another one. Well, there's a lot of songs about love. It's how do we live in a consciousness of love? Am I irritated by something small or big? Do I feel frustrated? The truth is, this outer life can be irritating. It's whether I take it on. Do I bring it into my life? It can have to do with healing. It can do with sadness. We all go through different levels of human experiences. We're talking about a spiritual experience. So she goes on to tell a story about her first Unity ministry. She talks about when she went to school, she got ordained, and she was sent to a church that nobody wanted. She got to her first board meeting, and she went in, and she was so excited to talk to them about her secret to success, divine love. She started talking, and 2 board members walked out. What are you talking about? This board is practical. This is about this. This is about this. This is about budget. This is about things. Blah, blah, blah. Walked out. Now the rest of the board stayed, and she talked to them about divine love and how Practicality is wonderful. It's important as long as divine love is guiding us. So she finished that. Just a minute, wait till I'm done, okay? When she finished, she thought she was probably going to be fired the next day. The next morning, she got a call from the board president saying, I agree with you. And they began praying every day this affirmation: divine love guides, prospers, and heals this ministry. Let's say it together. Divine love guides, he prospers, and heals this ministry. Exclamation point. One more time. Divine love guides, prospers, and heals this ministry. Now, she and the board member would spend about 15 minutes every morning on the phone. Remember, there were no emails back then, no cell phones, no quick way to do it. But they spent about 15 minutes declaring this every day and holding the consciousness. Now, this, remember, is something that is so expansive. Divine love is so expansive. It's the universal presence in, I'm going to use this word, in operation in the world. It's creative. It's powerful. It's expansive. It's healing. It's the all. It's the all. And here we are going around denying that we have this power. Now, I'm not saying we do this every day. However, how much of your day do you spend on smaller things than divine love? Would you be willing to spend 15 minutes in the morning? Divine love guides, prospers, and heals my life. Let's say it. Divine love guides, prospers, and heals my life, or expands your life, or whatever word you would want to put there. Divine love. Ooh, it's so powerful we can't see it. It's so big we can't imagine it. It's so much energy. It's like this. Ooh. Have you ever felt that go through you? Have you ever felt the presence? Have you ever had your heart open in a situation that was so frustrating or sad or whatever? Have you ever had your... There's 3 of us. It's a good start. But I know you're smiling, so it's true. And where do we put that? On the back burner. Oh, that was then. This is now. This is now. All right. Divine love guides, prospers, heals, unity of Salem. Divine love guides, prospers, heals, unity of Salem. So you want to hear the rest of the story? So they started to get money from people they didn't know. Checks came in, money came in, people started to volunteer. New groups of people came into the ministry. I'm not making this up. All of a sudden, a group of volunteers decided to clean the whole building. Someone else started painting. Someone else brought in new furniture. She said within a year, we were a completely different ministry. Same people, new consciousness. Same people, same connections, same love for each other and for the ministry, and had learned her, I call it the secret sauce. Her secret sauce, divine love. Divine love. Now, what did she do when she left that ministry? Well, she said that ministry continued to grow and prosper, and I'm 90% sure that's where I saw her, in San Antonio, Texas. Now, she went on to create a worldwide prosperity program. That woman's written over 20 books. She had a newsletter that was global. She had a global prosperity ministry because she lived it. You can't, it doesn't work if you don't live it. So I'm just asking us to scratch our head. Just a minute. That's going to be good. We have questions. I can't wait. Or answers. Maybe the answers are there. The feeling that I, Victoria, now don't tell anyone, Vicki Lee, the idea that I have the power of love, divine love in me, is overwhelming. I almost feel embarrassed, or I'm not special. It's in, remember the song? It's in every one of us. It's in every one of us. And the power happens when we come together. It's very powerful for our personal lives. We could come together in community and watch out. So the question always is, are you willing? The question always is, am I willing? The question always is to Victoria Lee. Now we're Victoria. I became a minister. I became Victoria. Changed my name. Yeah. In that presence, am I willing to be more than this person you see? Am I willing to be a channel for love in the world? Am I willing to be a channel in the world? I'm asking. Am I willing to be a channel for divine love in the world? We have a 2, 3, 4. Okay. 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now, the question is, what are we going to do about it? It's one thing to be willing. Next thing, action. Feet on the ground. Movement, prayer time, support. Are we willing? Okay. So, did you have a question? Is it personal or?
I want to know if divine love covers forgiveness.
Thank you. And the answer is yes.
What's your answer?
Yes. Thank you, Dale. Do you have a question or a comment? Catherine Ponder. And she has a prosperity world global. She must be 95 by now. And she still sends out emails every week. And her son is now running her organization. I am planting seeds here. That's my job. You are the ones who have to water them. You're the ones who have to bring tears to my eyes. You're the ones who have to put the fertilizer on. You're the ones who have to weed. And you are the ones who I am thrilled to walk through this journey with. Divine love guides, prospers, heals this ministry. One more time. Divine
love guides, prospers, and heals this ministry.
Hand on my heart, hand on your heart. Divine love guides, prospers, and heals. I'm going to say me. Let's do it again. Divine love guides, prospers, and heals me. And please replace that word with something that feels more in line with where you are today.